This is Gregory Shelton with Historic Living, Modern World. Last segment we made an amazing Chesapeake Bay crab cake recipe. It really was unbelievable, but we're going to turn this thing on its ear. We're going to make a new crab cake recipe, but we're going to use garden fresh zucchini. And I promise you, this recipe is going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, the standard zucchini. This is a perfect small one. So what we want to do, take the ends off, okay? Okay, you're going to be peeling your zucchini. You could use this in your recipe, but really it's a very fibrous skin, and you don't want people to see the zucchini. It almost emulates crab meat, and we all know crab meat right now is almost 3 to 4 times the normal price. So this is even a cost-efficient way to make an amazing crab cake that feels like crab meat, but almost tastes even fresher. Okay, so you have your zucchini, you have your skin off. You're going to do a standard shred here, okay? It's just going to be a basic shred. Can be kind of messy, but I have to say I really love the smell of zucchini. You can smell, it has a lot of water in it, but it has a great smell when you really dig into it. One of the main things on this recipe to make sure it's done efficiently, because again, we are not working with crab meat, although it feels like it and it will look like it. A zucchini like this has loads of water in it, so it's very important to drain that water. So what you would normally want to do is shred this and put it between 2 paper towels, and I usually just roll it up. You don't want to bruise the zucchini, but you want to try and get rid of that liquid there. That's going to be a problem when you try to fry it. Hot oil and water definitely don't mix, so you're going to have some popping and you're going to get burned. Not a good situation. Okay, give it a shake. Look at that beautiful product. Again, how many times do you actually shred zucchini? But I can tell you, that is a beautiful product, okay? So you shredded your zucchini and you pull that moisture out. So we have a little drier product here, which again is going to be perfect to emulate crab meat. Okay, so you want about 2.5 cups there. Okay, you want to start off your recipe, large bowl, with a nice fresh egg, okay? This is very similar to a standard crab cake recipe too. Okay, light whisk, no shells, always a good thing. Okay, so you're just incorporating the whites and the yolk. It's a light whisk. Don't need to go crazy. You're not making a hollandaise sauce here. Okay, so you have your egg. It's already mixed, it's whisked. So then you want to add your 2.5 cups of fresh zucchini, shredded. And at this stage, really, this is a very easy recipe. This is something that you're going to be mixing all the ingredients together, so it's not something that's really difficult, but you want to slowly mix. Okay? All right. About, I would say, two tablespoons of melted butter. Okay, nothing's better than butter, and in this recipe, it's going to show through really nicely. Okay, start to fold. And then again, we're really starting to make this like a standard crab cake recipe. But again, you can kind of see how, this is very similar to, a lot of people will make a potato pancake type thing. Very, very similar. But you would replace the zucchini with a potato. But egg is always the binder. That's what's going to keep this thing together. I like to add about 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. I'm not going to measure this because I think we should know about where we are with that. So a little bit of mayonnaise. Okay, and then you're going to be adding about, I would say, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. I love Dijon mustard. The wine in Dijon mustard really takes this thing to a great level for this recipe. Okay, then I like to add about 1 cup of breadcrumbs. Again, this is what's going to fold this thing together, keep it together. Okay, next is your Old Bay. We love Old Bay. In Maryland, this is our seasoning. It's often imitated, but never duplicated. So I would say about 2 tablespoons of Old Bay. Everyone who eats this spice, they know how much they can take. It always adds to your crab cakes. Okay, folding. Wow, it already smells great. Wow. It literally smells like a great crab cake cocktail of beautiful stuff. Okay, the 2 hardest things to say in the English language are, I'm sorry, and the word Worcestershire sauce. So we're gonna go with the Worcestershire sauce today. So all we need is a nice quick splash. Worcestershire sauce is gonna add an amazing zing to this mixture. So Worcestershire sauce in. As you can see, it's already starting to darken this mixture. If you look at the Old Bay, which again, we know there's loads of paprika, a lot of cumin, and a lot of interesting things in there, but you can see that's a great mixture. It almost looks like a crab imperial. Absolutely beautiful. All right, this is the last thing that we're adding to this recipe, is fresh garden parsley. I like to roll it up. Very similar to how you cut basil, fresh basil. And you're adding just a standard chop. I would say about 2 to 2.5 tablespoons. God, I love the smell of this parsley. Again, as I say many times, the art of cooking efficiently, a lot of times is when you're cutting things, is make sure that each piece is around the same size. I can't stress that enough. You don't want big pieces of anything that don't fit in with your mixture or your recipe. Okay, this looks good. Okay, fresh parsley into your mixture. Again, you can see how beautiful that is. Wow. I have to admit, you know, when I think about adding a vegetable in place of crab meat, there's a lot of reasons to do it, and I could go through them now, but I really wanted to stress, you know, sweet crab meat is hard as hell to beat. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is interesting because we all know that people have loads of vegetables left over, and to waste them is like, that's just like a cut to the heart. You can't be wasting vegetables, and if you can find new ways of using those vegetables, it's incredibly important. So, we have our completed crab cake recipe. This is it. This is what you need. Now what we're going to be doing is putting it into the pan. We're going to be frying them up, and we're probably 90% done. So we're in the final stages of this crab cake recipe, and this is the exciting part. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be dredge it lightly in flour, and then ultimately that's what's going to give this amazing crust to your crab cakes. Incredibly important. Now this is standard regular just standard flour. Incredibly boring. It's very important when you're doing things like this. Whenever you're using flour, even though I'm a big seasoning guy, you always have to season your flour. If you're using these kinds of things, it's incredibly important. It makes the difference, and I'm telling you, it will make the difference in this recipe. Freshly ground pepper. Okay. You're just going to be stirring that up. No big deal. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's make some crab cakes. So, just a nice little patty. Okay, nice size. Gosh, it smells great. I love Old Bay. Okay, lightly into the flour. Okay, just a light dredge. On our little heat there because you don't want the butter to burn any more than it can. But I have to tell you, that is a beautiful crab cake, even though it has zucchini in it. They're ready to be plated and let them sit. Look how beautiful that is. Onto a paper towel. Wow. Okay guys, we've fried our crab cakes. Our zucchini crab cakes, by the way. Look how amazing they look. It smells great. This thing can stand up to a standard entree if you're feeding it to your friends or your family. Absolutely a wonderful, wonderful alternative to standard crab meat. Okay, add these to the plate. Then we're gonna add a remoulade sauce. Has to be available for people to dip in, but it's really a dipping sauce. Okay. Something I always like to do, I like to have a little bit of a squeeze of a fresh lemon. And then again, we made this from zucchini. There's nothing wrong with adding the zucchini as part of the garnish. Okay, we can garnish with a little lemon. And parsley on top. Look how beautiful that is. That is a fresh, homegrown zucchini crab cake with a remoulade sauce, fresh lemon. So we made our crab cakes. They look exactly how I hoped they would. They have a wonderful sauce, a little quick pinch of lemon, and again, now it's time to taste, which again is the best part about this. So let's do a little quick taste and see what we got. Wow. Looks like a crab cake, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of that sauce. Taste. Oh, wow. I have to be honest. If I didn't make this, I would have absolutely no idea that this was farm-raised, farm-fresh zucchini. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. Now I gotta be honest, the sauce adds a lot. And again, I recommend you make it. And again, like I said, I will share this recipe. It does take this thing to amazing. The lemon adds a lot. This is absolutely delicious. I could eat this almost every day. Wow, what an incredible alternative. Okay. The zucchini is a very underutilized vegetable. It kills in this recipe. Give it a shot. It is amazing. Whenever you try to do something, always make sure you do your best to move people. This is Gregory Shelton from Historic Living, Modern World. Cheers.